What's good, everybody? This is Mr. GT from Sim Bros Racing, and I want to actually show you guys what I actually do before I jump into a race. We're going to go over two very important things that will improve your racing, and that is practicing your braking. So if you can see right here, I actually have, it's free, anybody can do it. You use your sim racing, so you can do this on PC and you can do this on console. I'm using GT7, and you go into the controller options to get to this prompt right here, where it allows you to like calibrate your pedals. But we're not going to calibrate our pedals. What we're going to do is we're going to look at the brake, and you can see here if I put pressure, it goes to 100%, right? So what we're going to do is practice a few things. We're going to practice going from 0 to 100, and then 0 to 75, 0 to 50, 0 to 25, all the way down to 0. And what you want to do is do this before you even get into racing. Before you even get into practice, you want to build this muscle memory, so that way you know when like someone says, hey, brake at 50% or dab it, you know, when you dab it, you know when you're dabbing like at 10 to 25% braking. This is very important. It helps you get your muscle memory. So we're going to go from 0 to 100, right? So I know where I'm at, so this is 100. So now I'm going to try to hit 75. So I'm going to go 0 to 75. All right, so I'm trying to get to 75, and you don't have to be perfect. You want to get as close as you can, right? So you want to get that feel. What does that feel like? So then you back off, get it 75 again. Back off, get a 75 again. And now I'm getting a little bit better, because you want to get that feel for your brakes. So this helps you get that feel. This helps you be consistent, and you want to do it at least like 10 times, all right? Keep going until you can hit 75 consistently. You know, even if you hit like 76, that's fine. But you want to lower it until you get to 75. Keep going to 75. What does that feel like? Okay, I know it feels like this. So then you keep going back, and you hit 75, then you know what it feels like. Then we're going to go to 50%. What does 50% feel like? So I got to adjust my pedals, I can see, because it keeps hopping around. So that's what 50% feels like. You're going to keep doing this until you can be consistent. So you're going to do this for about 10 to 15 minutes. You know, do these reps. If you're practicing every day, you're going to get better at this. And you're going to be hitting, you know, you'll be hitting 50%. You'll be hitting 75% on the mark. You know, you'll actually improve your racing too. So now we're going to go to 25. I'm overshooting it. Okay, that's what 25 feels like. If it feels like that. Maybe like more like 26. So I want to get close to 25, right? I haven't practiced this every day, and it shows. So I'm getting back into this so that way I can improve my racing. And this is good for those that are just learning as well. So now I'm going to just try to get 3%. So I'm going to go for 25% now, and I'm going to just try to drop it down. Slowly, stay at 1, and go back up to 25. Drop it down slowly. And you don't want to tighten up your leg. If you're finding yourself doing that, relax the leg, relax your muscles, and just slowly, you know, increase, decrease. And then slowly decrease, and then increase again. So that helps you kind of like understand the feeling, because when you're driving, you're not going to sit here and watch your brake pressure. You're gonna know that you're at 25%. I'm like, okay, when I do that, I'm about 25%, right? And you should be close to that. You're not going to be exactly on, but you should be close to that. All right, so the other thing is you want to be at 100%, right? With your steering wheel centered, as center as can be. So what you're going to do now, be at 100%, and as you're releasing the pressure, you need to be at 180 degrees. So this is like you're turning, right? So as I'm 100%, right? So now I'm 100%, I'm going to slowly, as I'm slowly releasing, I'm slowly turning. So this will, like, in a sense, simulate trail braking. And I should already be pretty much almost off, right? So 100%, and then release slowly. Oh, that was too fast. So 100%, release slowly, and turn. So that's what you want to keep doing. You want to press on, because that's what you're doing. When you're in a straight line, you're pressing your brakes, you're at 100%. And then when you're turning in, you don't want to be turning when you're braking in a straight line. So as you're releasing, which helps you with your trail braking, 100%, as I'm releasing, I'm turning now. And then, by the time I get to like right about here, I should be almost off, right? Then boom. Because what ends up happening, and I do it sometimes, still to this day, and I work on it, is we'll brake 100%, and then boom, let off, and then turn. And then that upsets the car. This will help you. If you practice this will help you. So practice the first step, which is brake to 100%. You know what that feels like. Brake to 75%. Get that feeling, what that feels like, what a 75% feels like. I got to adjust my pedals. So I'm inconsistent. So if you need to make adjustment to your pedals, make adjustment to your pedals. So get to 75%, get to 50%. What does 50% feel like? Get to 25%, move on, 100%, start trail braking practice. As you turn, boom, 100%. These things will actually improve your racing if you practice this every day for about 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't take much. You can get through these exercises very quickly. Because I started doing that, I improved tremendously. And then obviously with the extra hours of coaching, the extra hours of practicing, makes a huge difference. So make sure you're practicing this. And if you stuck around for this whole thing, you're actually going to now find out when I release the second video on how to really improve your track time. This will improve your track time as well overall. But the next step, in part 2, I'll go over what you should be doing before you even get into a race. Step 1, practice get into 75, 50, 25. Step 2, practice your 100% and your trail braking, you're bleeding off. And step 3, put it all together, do this routine 10 to 15 minutes a day. You will improve your racing just by doing this. The next video, I'm actually going to show you what you do before you even go into racing. So how to practice and qualify, what you should do in qualifying. These are small little things that will improve your driving. You'll go from a D to a B driver. And if you continue down this path, you'll go from a B to an A. And that's the goal, is for us to get to A+. So, see you on the next one.